At the end of the previous video, I encouraged you to regenerate all of our text. And I did that, and it turns out we still have a problem. We're now missing the space after this Saxon clitic. So let's go look at one of these verses. So we need a space here. Now that we have single quotation marks and single apostrophe marks and double quotation marks, etc., this is getting a little involved, but we can easily fix this problem. If we go here, rule number 19, delete the space after an opening apostrophe marker. Okay, so this rule, there's a space right there, and in the output, there's no space. For an apostrophe marker, we want a leading space. So let's put in a space there, and we'll also put in a space here. So this rule will just delete the trailing space. And if we do that, then this will be proper. Okay, so now it's fixed again. After this video, we'll regenerate all of our text again, just to be sure. But let's go back and work on Ruth chapter 2, verses 15 and 16. Okay, let's edit this. Up should be a modifier. He stood up. Has stood up is standing up. He stands up. Okay. And the theta grid adjustment rule. I don't think we'll need this. Then Ruth stood up to glean again. Then Ruth stood up to start gleaning again. So we're missing that inceptive aspect marker. If we look here, okay, target aspect is inceptive. So this was handled by layer 4, adverbial clauses, row 20. So let's go to layer 4, row 20. Layer 4. Okay, purpose in order to. So let's make a copy of this row. And okay, this makes it, this only applies to purpose adverbial clauses. Let's mark this as inceptive. And we use target aspect, not the regular aspect, target aspect. Okay. To start, and we need a participle here. The to will be supplied by in order to start gleaning. Okay, generated text is identical. Command. Joseph commanded the servant, fill the bags with grain. So this sense of command always takes a direct quote. We won't need to do anything with this patient, and the direct quote will be handled by those rules. So I don't think we'll need this rule. Let Ruth gather the barley that are near the sheaves. That is near the sheaves. Okay, so we want this to be is. Okay, this barley, the number is plural. So TBTA is generating R. But this is a mass noun. If you look down there, count mass is a mass. So to fix this, we need to set all of our mass nouns as singular in number. So let's do that with the structural adjustment rule, noun issues. So if it's a mass noun right there, then in the output structure, we want to set the number to singular. And let's emphasize this a bit, just so we'll know. Okay, generated text is identical. And don't tell Ruth. And don't tell her to stop gleaning. Okay, if we look here, target aspect is cessative. Target tense and form is to infinitive. This was handled by layer 2, row 19. Oh, not the theta code adjustment rule. We want this one. Layer 2, row 19. So cessative aspect. Here we have past cessative, past negative, future cessative, future. Okay, we don't have a to infinitive cessative aspect. So let's copy this row. To infinitive. I put to infinitive. We have two types of infinitives, a to infinitive and a bare stem infinitive. Okay, we don't need emphatic negative. We don't want future. We want to infinitive and cessative. Okay, so here we want to, don't tell her to stop and a participle right there. And don't tell Ruth to stop cleaning. And don't tell her to stop cleaning. That's fine. Okay, that's the last sentence. Generate text is identical. Let's save it and go to verse 16. Okay, let's edit pull out. That out should be a modifier. And this is one of those modifiers that we move into the object noun phrase. John pulled the weeds out. John pulled them out. He pulled, he has pulled, he is pulling, he pulls. To pull out. Okay, you've just entered a new constituent into verb phrases called verbal preposition in the object NP. Do you want to edit your first verb phrase structure rule? We'll say no. We will always see this message whenever we have a verb that includes one of these, but we'll say no, because a movement rule will move it out of the VP. Okay, the theta grid adjustment rule. Okay, pull out. Men pulled out the plants from the grain for Ruth. So there's a source noun phrase and a beneficiary noun phrase. The source will be oblique 1 with from. Beneficiary will be oblique 2 with for. Generated text is identical. Drop. Okay, this is to drop something intentionally. The people dropped some grain on the ground. Okay, so there's a destination noun phrase, but it includes the preposition on. See, in both cases, Ruth 2:2 and 2:16, the destination includes the preposition, because we could say the servants dropped some grain by the tree. The servants dropped some grain under the bridge. So we, the people doing the analysis, we have to include the preposition in the destination noun phrase. So we don't supply that, but we do supply the for in the beneficiary noun phrase. So, okay, the destination will be oblique 1, but we won't provide a preposition. Beneficiary is oblique 2, and we provide the word for. Drop those stalks on the ground so that Ruth could pick them up, so that she could pick them up. That's fine. No issues. Okay, generated text is identical. That's the last sentence. Generated text is identical. Let's save it. And we're ready for verse 17.